Alright guys, so with the case I went with a Corsair Speckle 3, and this is the blue edition colour. At the front is a Corsair logo, as you can see over here. And then there's the vents for the two front fans. This case can fit up to two 120mm fans or two 140mm fans. And I've got two 140mm fans. Up here we have the EVGA sticker that came with a graphics card. Then over here we have an Intel Pentium logo that came with a CPU. Here is my DVD drive that I got from another rig, and I barely even use it, but still it's pretty useful if I want to use some old CDs. Now up here is a power button, and there's a USB 3.0 switch, there's a headphone jack, a hard drive LED, there's a microphone jack, there's the USB 3.0, and there's a reset switch. Alright guys, so now we're going to take a look at the parts inside of this build. So I went with the Corsair CX430 power supply. This is a very reliable power supply. I've had it for quite a long time now, a couple of years actually, and this power supply is very stable and has been going very well. I had to change out the fan inside of it though, because the fan got, after some time, very loud. The CX series has very loud fans. If some of you know, if you have the CX series, the fans are pretty much really loud inside of the case. Now, if we take a look over here, is the MSI Z97-G43 motherboard. I went with this motherboard because I will be soon upgrading to a Core i5-4690K, and I wanted a really good motherboard that could support other special features for overclocking. Now over here is my graphics card. It's the EVGA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti for 1 edition. Take a look from the bottom, there you go. Now this GPU is currently modded on the XTREME BIOS. If you take a look in the link description below, I made a video on how you can flash the BIOS for this exact card. Now a lot of people are having some issues with flashing the BIOS. I don't know if it's the specific model of my card or something, but I'll try to take a look at that later on. Now this card is overclocked to 1470 MHz. This is the most stable I could get it because I ran stability test for absolute ages, and this is as much stable as I could get it for right now. Now over here are my hard drive and SSD. Now I used to have a hard drive bay over here, but I took it out because it was pretty much massive and took up like half of the space of the case, or actually a quarter. It was around here, and I took it out because it gives me better airflow from the two fans at the front, and at the same time it wasn't really necessary as I could put my hard drive and SSD away up here. So over here is my hard drive SSD, as you can see. It's just mounted down over here. So on top is my SSD, and then it's my 500GB hard drive. Now up here we have two 120mm fans. I bought an extra fan over here, but this is the stock fan that came with a case, so I'll be swapping this one out very soon. Over here is the rear exhaust fan that came with a case too. And over here is the 6GB of RAM. On the right side is 2GB, and on the left side is 4GB. Don't worry, I've grounded myself, so if I'm touching anything, I'm not going to blast my PC apart. Now, I apologise if the cable management is not up to top notch. This is as good as I could do it with this current case, but I will try to improve on it in the future. Now, on the front is two 140mm fans. These are the AF series fans, airflow series. There's the static pressure series, and there's the airflow series. The airflow basically passes more air through the case. So over here, as you can see, we've got the outtake fan, as you can see, and then over here we've got the rear I/O panel. So up here we've got two USB 2.0 ports, we've got a PS2 keyboard and mouse connector. Over here we've got a HDMI connector for the integrated graphics. We've got two USB 2.0 slots, then we've got a LAN port slot. Here's a DVI and a VGA cable slot if you want to use the integrated graphics again. And here is two USB 3.0 ports. Over here we've got the mic jack, and then over here we've got a headphone jack. I don't know what this jack is, but these are basically all the jacks for the 7.1 audio surround. And as you can see, this is a DVI, then there's a HDMI and a display port. Alright guys, so before I end the video, I just want to quickly show you how the PC looks like when all the fans are turned on and everything is running. So as you can see on the top, these are the two fans, and here are the two at the front. Now I'm going to turn off the lights and show you how it looks like when all the lights are turned off. Alright, so as you can see, the fans do a pretty good job of lighting up the case, which is pretty nice because I'd have to buy LED strips to light up my whole case. It does light up a bit of the case, but it does look pretty nice.